and swimming. Let's leave it there for swimming. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have for the questions, and that's all the time we have for the podcast. But great questions brought to the table as always. Guys, I wanted to update you on a situation that's going on. You can all sleep easy. The residents can sleep easy because the unlettered bandit has been caught and reprimanded and has paid for his crimes.
What? Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yep. Well, so for those of you unaware, I was in a situation where someone had accidentally not charged me for petrol, so it's not my fault. I went into the service station and I was told, hey, you weren't charged for your fuel last time. I need to charge you now. I said, more than happy to. Obviously, that was your mistake, not my mistake. I swiped my card. I paid. At least I thought I paid. Turns out she had refunded me the money again, so theoretically paying for 2 tanks of petrol. I hadn't managed to go to this petrol station. I hadn't seen this particular clerk there for a while, and I went in there this morning and I saw that she was there, and I saw the smile on her face when she saw me walk in. She was so happy to see me because she knew that finally she can make this right. And I go up to her and she said, "Did you check your bank account?" And I said, "No. I had checked my bank account, but I told her no." And I had to play like I didn't know what was going on. She said, I refunded you the money. I need to charge you again properly this time. And for me this morning, I also bought a tank of petrol. So I had to pay for 3 tanks of petrol in one transaction. Because she had told me as well that she goes, I felt so sick about it. I feel so bad. After that happened, I had to pay out of my pocket to basically level the till. So she was out of her pocket and waiting for me to come back in to make it fair. So obviously I was going to do the right thing, and I paid for all the fuel that I was owed or that I was in debt for, and I've settled my bets, and the bounty is gone.
Your debt is clean. We're no longer working with the criminal, Marcus, so that's good.
That's it. No longer. That's it. I love it.
Since
for those wondering, you're reformed. And for those wondering if I made my big debut on the silver screen this past Sunday on The Voice Australia, they did not use my video. I was not.
There's a third person on the questionnaires cut from the team.
They did not turn for me. I like to think it's because if they just knew my star power was too strong and that Callie and all that, they would pale in comparison if I was on screen.
They couldn't have you on there, yeah.
Luckily for Damien, he didn't burn his bridges on the podcast, and he still has this outlet to be somewhat of a superstar. And Damien, you know what?
I agree, Tom.
Yeah.
Just don't re-listen to last week's episode. Don't refresh your memory on what I said.
It never happened, basically, in my eyes. I never look backwards, Damien. I always look forwards, and you should too. There could be another talent show that you'll be a part of one day.
Yeah, maybe.
He's dreaming.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show. We really appreciate everyone out there for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at tqhpodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, that's all the time we have. Thank you to everyone out there for listening. Thank you, of course, to Marcus.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you to Damien.
Thanks, guys.
And as we end every episode, stay curious.
Thank you again for listening. If you want to get in touch with us and ask us a question of your own, you can email us at tqhpodcast@gmail.com.
That email again, Tom.
Is tqhpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on what, Marcus?
We're on Twitter. We're also on Facebook.
At TQH Podcast. You can find us there. And we are also on, Damien.
Wherever you can get a podcast, that is where the TQH Podcast is. Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, you name it. We're on there.
And if you head over to iTunes, rate, subscribe, and leave a review, that would be fantastic. 5 stars if you think we deserve it. Thanks for listening.